What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got a very exciting update. This one being on the Fulton County Fani Willis racketeering case, where she's coming after Trump and all of his co-defendants. And she's trying to take down Trump by any means necessary. I feel like she's been trying to, get a lot of the co-defendants to flip and take the plea deal in order to, turn on Trump and, give her as much evidence as possible, because she doesn't really want the co-defendants. Let's be real. She's just throwing a bunch of, tacked a bunch of charges together for the co-defendants. And she's really trying to get the big guy, Trump, and take him down for some time. But it seems like all the co-defendants who have flipped thus far haven't really had much to tell on Trump. And that's really getting under Fani Willis, under her skin. And I feel like it's really hurting her case. If she's having all these people flip and, no real substantial evidence has, some come from it, I mean, it's all for nothing, correct? But now we got Sidney Powell coming out and saying that she, basically had nothing for Fani Willis. She didn't have that much connection with Trump in order to, to give any evidence. And we know Sidney Powell as one of the co-defendants who also took the plea deal in the case. I'm excited to see exactly how that deal went, especially because it sounds like Fani Willis got the bad end of the deal. I'm excited to check out how it went. So we're gonna hop straight into it, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me before we get into it. Hit that like button, guys. It does not cost a thing. Hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for me if you have not already done so, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
Well, the big news that the rumor mill is saying that another person's going to flip.
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to leave the original link for this video down in the description box below. This is for my boy Doug in Exile, by the way. My bad, y'all.
Well, the big news that the rumor mill is saying that another person's going to flip on Trump in the Fani Willis Fulton, Georgia case. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I will tell you that legal opinion, I found one that is turning against her on all these flippers, saying that they don't mean anything that's good news for Trump. We're going to read this thing together. I'm Doug in Exile. Thank you guys for watching. This is where the happy people are. Let's go. Don't let the guilty pleas in Trump indictment in Georgia fool you. Sweetheart deals undermine the seriousness of the prosecutor's case. Whatever one thinks of Donald Trump, no one should assume that the recent plea arguments and the criminal indictment filed by Fani Willis, District Attorney, Fulton County, Georgia, or the public apology she demanded legitimize the claims made against the former president and the other defendants. This includes the lawyers indicted for doing what they're ethically obliged to do, which is represent to the best of their abilities, the interests of their client, and shake down really sweet plea deals. In fact, the plea deals show the weakness of Miss Willis's case. That's an argument that I've been making now for weeks. They were sweetheart deals, particularly impossible to resist. The defendants were facing hundreds of thousands of dollars in attorney fees to defend themselves before what would almost surely be a politically biased jury and a partisan prosecutor who has filed charges attempting to criminalize perfectly lawful activities, such as Mr. Trump's nationally televised speech claiming that he had won the 2020 election. That's in Act 1 of the indictment. This prosecutor is engaging in a profound assault on the democratic process and the rule of law, misusing a law intended to going after mobsters and drug cartels, the Georgia Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organization Act, against individuals who were questioning the outcome of an election, something they had a constitutional right to do, whether they were right or wrong. And now, here's the thing where they racked up all of these accusations in order to get them to accept these plea deals. Consider the seriousness of the charges that Ms. Willis brought against the defendants. She alleges violations of 41 provisions of various criminal statutes, one felony after another. And remember, though they're guilty, they all pleaded, and she lets them go.
Yeah.
You don't let someone say who commits murder 50 times to go free. So it just proves these things were all non-crimes and not dangerous. These include false statements in writings, impersonation of a public officer, forgery, filing false documents, influencing witnesses, computer theft, computer trespass, computer invasion of privacy, conspiracy to defraud the state, acts involving theft, and perjury. Charges that could land various defendants in prison for the rest of their lives, but
Why would she? That's just reading off that list. Trespassing, theft of computer. Impersonation, invasion of all of those. That long list, laundry list of crimes. Now, why on God's green earth? You know what I'm saying? Would you let someone who is guilty of committing that magnitude of crimes, plea out and be like, all right, you guys, you're free on one condition. You got to give me information on this guy. It just seems now that makes her case seem very shaky, and it is pointing towards more of a politicized, weaponized, state of a case. That's exactly what all signs are pointing. This does not look like a serious case where she was seeking to, bring down this, criminal organization. No, that's not what this was. She was seeking to bring down one political entity, and that being Trump. Let's be real, guys.
Forgery. Charges that could land various defendants in prison for the rest of their lives, but she dropped them all because they didn't really need it, because they only made it up to get Trump tied up during the campaign. They knew these 18 defendants were all innocent.
Yo, there we have it. Coming from my guy Doug in Exile. Definitely gonna leave the link down in the description box below for this video, so you guys can go check it out yourselves. If you like to. I always feel like Doug offers very good, or insightful information on, news and stories as they break, especially when it concerns the Fani Willis case. I feel like he's been keeping us very in touch. I feel like I've almost been there sitting through the proceedings by the way we've been, keeping track of what's going on with Fani Willis in this case. I feel like this Fulton County case is really just, it's just too blatant, it's too transparent for everyone to see how she has really trumped up these charges and lumped all these people together. Like he said, 18 innocent co-defendants. And she knows it, and she's gonna put all those felonies on these innocent lives. You gotta take this into account. These are not, people who have dealt with the law any type of negative way, really, in their lives. It doesn't make sense why she would try to rip these innocent people out of their homes, because if they, are unwilling, to plea out, or they try to fight it out the right way with their legal counsel. It just, why would she try to do that to them? If they fail, they go to jail, prison. Honestly, prison for a while. I think Trump would have been, over 100 something years, if found guilty on, even a couple of the charges brought about in her case. It just seems so, bizarre to me that she would go to this extreme lengths in order to bring down one person. It just shows just like the recklessness and the carelessness from her position as the district attorney. I feel like she may need to be evaluated, maybe removed from her seat, because this is very reckless, especially when we reflect back on the conditions of the actual Fulton County Jail, which is underneath the blanket of her responsibilities, is the overall conditions of the jail. And the way that jail was when Trump went to go take his mugshot, what he described to us, it was in pretty bad shape. And we've seen that with the cases of people passing away inside of that place, or getting sick, not even just getting sick inside of there. It just seems like it's a really bad place. And she's been kind of neglecting her responsibilities by only acting upon her responsibilities as the district attorney when she wants to politically go after someone, or is politically motivated for her to prosecute. Other than that, it seems like she doesn't really go after the real criminals. Yo, you guys let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Definitely hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the whole situation. Sidney Powell is definitely a good example of, I feel like she flipped, but Fani Willis isn't getting much out of it. And I feel like the plea deal is it's really softening up her argument or her case. It seems like a joke or a charade at this point, with the amount of people who are getting plea deals out, sweetheart plea deals at that, where they're getting all these felony charges dropped, whereas beforehand they're like, oh my goodness, if they all start pleading guilty, this might be an indicator towards what's going to happen with Trump. Versus now we're like, if they don't really have any information, she doesn't really have a case, it sounds like this whole thing is going to get tossed. But anyway, you guys hop in the comment section, let me know your thoughts on the whole situation. Also, make sure you guys smash that like button for me. It don't cost a thing. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for that journey. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Go.